home, work, family, church.
Yep. Hello everybody and welcome to our midweek update video. It's me.
And me.
No, let's start it again.
Okay.
So don't want to be cheesy and weird.
Okay.
Hello everybody and welcome to our midweek update video.
We thought we would welcome you into our house, and we know we've intruded in all your lives with the videos that we've asked you to do, so we thought we should take a wee turn and let you know how we've been getting on in the last few weeks. I know you might have seen some of our kids' church videos and our TikTok videos and things, but this is a proper serious look into the life of the McKenzies. Hope you're ready.
We thought we'd give you a little update on what our life has been like over the last 8 or 9 weeks, and I suppose to start off a little bit about home life. And for many of you who know, we both work for YMCA, and that was bringing our work into our home, and so we've been working from home, and school has been from home, and our social life has been from home, and our church life has been from home, probably much like yourself. And with that has been a lot of challenges and sort of learning a new routine. There's been lots of positives, and we're always sort of looking to see what we're thankful for, and I suppose how blessed we actually are to be able to work from home and to be able to sort of have a routine that works for most of us most of the time. So
Yeah, I guess with, there's 6 of us in our household, but never is there usually ever 6 of us all here together all at once for a long time. So I think with us all being at various ages and stages of life and work and play, and then now having that all put together, that's brings a new set of circumstances and challenges and things to adapt to. And I suppose it's taken, we're 8 weeks in now and we're still figuring some of that out. But I think we said nearly even from the Easter week, 6 weeks ago nearly, or whatever that was, like, we're so grateful that we do get to live where we live, and the weather's been fairly decent, and we've got space that we can spread out, and nearly a new appreciation for our home and our garden, that sometimes we're so busy to rush out and go on trips and go places that you don't appreciate actually the surroundings that you live in every day. So we've been really grateful for where we do live, and yeah, just having that time together, figuring it out. It's been, as much as there's been challenges, there's been so many more great things about that. We've made a lot of s'mores. That's been really good. I've enjoyed those.
For those who don't know what a s'more is, it's a chocolate digestive with a marshmallow and another chocolate digestive. So I think week, sort of maybe the first week or so, probably much like yourself, it was a case of catching up on lots of jobs around the house, and we power hosed the back garden and sort of got the barbecue out of the shed and painted every piece of wood that we could find, and I think often, as Lynn said, we're so busy from work and school and church and social life and family and just running here and there, that I suppose this time has sort of brought us to the one place. And I think one of the things I'm thankful for is, I suppose, the different pace of life, a bit slower, and being able to catch up on some of those things and sort of to gain a new appreciation. So what about work?
Yeah, well, as Ian said, we've both brought our work home, and for both of us that really means different things. Whereas Ian's work is really fast paced and moving, he'll explain more about that, but moving from a building to our home and online and all that entails. For me, it sort of meant a quicker end to the project that I was working on, and having to reimagine and reinvent how that might look, because it was supposed to be a gathering of 500 young people at the start of July, and that can't happen now, obviously. So, but we still wanted to look at how we could bring some good to the community, and so I'm putting a lot of, I suppose, thinking work, creative work, and generally just contributing into the work of the YMCA as a national movement. Just bringing my own gifts and abilities and passions and sort of plunking them wherever they're needed, really, just contributing. I quite like to be busy, so I find it hard to not be doing things, and there wasn't really under my work a way for me to be furloughed, so I've just tried to be coming up with ways to give and to be a help, I suppose. One of the things I'm doing is working alongside the Education Authority and delivering Eat Well boxes to families in the community, so that's great, where it gets you out and about and you get to check in with people, and if anybody needs anything you can help them with that. So it's nice to do that as well, get out of the house a little bit too, but that's kind of what my work's been at.
Yeah, I suppose from moving work to the house and still trying to continue on, and my work is mostly supporting and engaging young people, so we've had to be very creative and find ways to continue to do that through the internet and through telephone calls, and continuing to work together as a team with the other staff at Carrick-YMCA. So I think the word, it's been quite intense and probably not so much stressful at times, but just a lot all the time, and it's difficult sometimes to switch off because you're not coming home from work, and I suppose that's why we're thankful for the opportunities that we do get when we get to go outside of the house, whether it's for a walk around the block, but then went on to a walk to Little's and dragging the kids along on their bikes just to get them outside for a little as well, and personally for me, some bike rides, which has been nice. I think if it wasn't for those things, it would be extremely hard just to stay in that one mode of being at home and differentiate between work and family and relaxing and housework and being a teacher and all those things that we have to do.
Really great teachers.
Yeah,
we're not. We try.
But I mean, I suppose for us then that's a challenge of with a new routine, you're sort of having to stretch yourself and give yourself in different ways, and it's been, I suppose, interesting to try and figure that all out. There's been lots of conversations and lots of trial and error, and I think at the minute we'll probably find a way that works for most of us in the house, and like with the kids. And
I think where Ian and I take it in turns to who gets to use the little office space that we've created, and then who gets to be with the kids and do some of their homeschooling. And I suppose we're really aware that we're not equipped to homeschool, but we're just trying to do some school work at home, and I think it could be a pressure if you let it, but we've tried to take an approach to a sort of healthy lifestyle, healthy mindset, and using some of the things even that Ian would use in work, bringing them home, as in things to focus on, ways to give and ways to take notice, and healthy mindsets and things like that. And that's been really good for us because it's allowed all of us to feel less pressure, and that we're not on the treadmill of continually trying to produce something and trying to keep up the same life in one home, because that doesn't really work. So the kids have found new hobbies, they've got deeper into hobbies that they already had. Sophie and Thomas have put more time into some of their projects with music, with their vault music company, and I've started walking. I sort of taken really long walks and enjoying found a new love for walking uphill. Don't really like so much walking downhill again, but things like that, just getting out into nature and really appreciating the quiet and the exercise and the sunshine or the breeze, whatever it happens to be that day. But yeah, it's all new, but I think we're the type of people that enjoy a challenge, and we like to fix problems and face things, so we've been doing a lot of facing things.
A lot of figuring out, and I suppose much like a lot of you, one of the areas has been with our family and just the people that we're often around, and I know with my family we've been doing weekly Zoom quizzes, and for you, those of you that know me, imagine 12 of me on a Zoom group doing a quiz. That's much of what our weekly Zoom quizzes have been like, but they've been fun. Have we won a quiz?
We did. I think we won one of them.
We've won a few of Michael's Zoom quizzes, but they're just a really good way to keep in contact. My family's quite close, so because we haven't been able to visit each other and spend time together, we're just sort of trying to find ways to keep that relationship going. And in some ways we're nearly seeing more of each other in a weird sort of way, messaging a lot more and just keeping in contact a lot more, which has been really positive. And as well,
yeah, then for my family, we've been, mum and dad have been shielding, so we've been taking some dinners around, doing the shopping and things like that, and it was Dad's 75th birthday the other week, so we went round and had a front garden, bit of a sing-song and brought presents and things like that. So it is, we don't need to be disconnected. I think it's easy for us to be connected in the old ways, and when they aren't possible we feel a bit of sometimes frustration, but I think it's causing us to really to make those connections and put into those relationships that we do actually value. So we've got to see family plenty, and that's been really good. So it's been nice. Someone in my family, my little nephew, got a new puppy and they visited with that, and that's been really cool too, though lots of nagging now from all the children about when can we get a puppy. Never going to happen, but it was nice to have the visit from little Cheddar.
The puppy comes and then is able to go.
Yeah, it's able to go
away again. And I think for us, one of the biggest things has been looking for what we're thankful for, and in all the frustrations and challenges, it's seeing what positives that we can focus on. And there has been times where it's been really hard and sort of goes in dips and things like that, but I think overall we're just making sure that we look after ourselves. It's Mental Health Awareness Week, and the theme this year is kindness, and that attitude of being kind to one another. I think that really starts personally, where we be kind to ourselves, and that means looking after ourselves, not having overwhelming expectations of what we can achieve, what we can do, but really listening to ourselves and sort of making choices and decisions that help ourselves and then each other, those in the house as well. And I think that's so important. One of the things that we're always talking about is the significance of relationship, and that's one of these things that all of this has taught us, is how much we're supposed to be together. And we know with church that has looked different over the last number of weeks, and we've been doing some church online, and we've been getting videos from different people in the church, and like things like baby banks continuing to support the community, and just lots of ways that we can continue those relationships. And I suppose that's where we're looking ahead to see what church will be like when we can gather again, and sort of pick those relationships back up.
Yeah,
again.
I mean, we do miss the building and being able to be together, and we miss all the things that we used to do together, but I think this is a really good chance for us to look at, now that we're on this journey of not being together physically, and what are the real important things to us that when we come back together that we really want to make sure that we continue, and what is God speaking to us about, how are we changing and evolving, what are the needs that we're here to help meet in our community. And I think that's really important to look at this time of just not something that's been forced on us, but when we come out the other side, what will we look like and what say and what input we get to have in that. As much as we might feel there's lots of words like lockdown and restriction and quarantine, and they feel like very much like we're being controlled, but those are just part of how we're contributing to make our community safer. And so in that, what can we do, what can we bring, what can we give, and look into the future. How do we come out the other side of that as changed people, change for the better, that our characters and personalities have evolved, but also those bigger organisations and systems that we're part of, like YMCA, like our churches, like our families even. What are the things that we want to focus on and say that one thing we need to we need to really focus on that. That's been really important, or that's something we haven't been able to do. Let's celebrate that. Let's gather again. And so we're really asking those questions, and just really trying to do our best to not let the time go by idly, and come out of the other end and just think we'll go back to the way it was, because I don't think we're ever supposed to go back to the way anything ever was. Life is about moving and progression, and not staying still.
And so one of our encouragements for you, and something that we're really trying to do, is listen for what God's saying in this time. What's God teaching us? What are we learning? What can we learn? What opportunities do we have around us, with the people who we have around us, with the connections that we have, to learn and to grow and to allow God to move us forward into something new. And so take this opportunity, take some time this week and look after those relationships. Look after, first and foremost, the one with yourself, and be kind to yourself. To those of you who are living with other people, families in the same house, look after each other and spend some time in those relationships. And then using social media, church online, send a text message, lift the phone and have a conversation with somebody, because the relationships are the most important thing. And if this teaches us anything, let it teach us that we are part of something much bigger, and that we are supposed to live in relationship with God and with each other. So we're going to say,
yep, we miss you all. Can't wait to see everybody in person again.
yeah, strange.
We're people, so we miss people.
Yeah, and I'm sure you are too, for the most part. Yeah, we hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
And we hope to connect in with you soon. And
get in touch if you don't want to wait till then. You know where we are. So
yeah.
yeah.
Adios.
Bye. Au revoir.